Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Lauren. So you may notice if you've watched my previous videos, I am in a slightly different place today. So I'm in my bedroom, these are my wardrobes, and the reason for that is I'm going to show you my makes so far to date. So I've always sort of known how to sew to a certain extent, a very basic knowledge. My sister had sewing lessons when she was really young, and she's 8 years older than me, so I've always grown up with her knowing the basics of how to use a sewing machine. She's had a sewing machine, and so she's always taught me bits and pieces, but they're more like, we made a drawstring bag for our Scrabble pieces as kids, and we've made cushions and things like that. Then as I got older, I did art textiles at school, and we won't discuss that exam, it went very badly. That might be one for another time. And I then, about 5 years ago, did sewing lessons myself locally, and they were good. I've got a feeling I didn't actually finish the full 8 weeks. I'm sure we ended up moving house, and so I didn't finish the 8 weeks, and then I just never went back, basically, just because life happens. But yeah, so during those sewing lessons it was more the basics of using a sewing machine, and it was a beginner's course, and I made a tote bag, and I think I finished making a shift dress for my niece, who was about 1 at the time, but it didn't fit very well, it didn't have any fastenings, it was just a very straight cut dress. So yeah, I cringe when I look back on it now, but it was fun and she wore it. So fast forward a few years, back last year, I was at home like everybody else, and I bought the Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book. Now if you haven't seen the Tilly's book, it's this one here. Sorry, it'll be back to front for you on here, but it's a fantastic book. I absolutely love it, and I primarily have made the Sofia dungarees, which Tilly is wearing on the front here. I absolutely love them, and they are here. So they're in a very lightweight cotton. I only tend to wear these in the summer because they're a really lightweight cotton. The edges aren't finished on them, I never zigzag stitched it or anything, but to be fair, they haven't frayed that much. But I do love them, and I will go back and finish those edges. I made a tie to go around the waist, which, because the fabric is quite lightweight, it distorts and goes out of shape quite a bit, but they're fun. I wear them for sort of casual days in the summer, and yeah, that really kick-started my sewing journey for me, so I do love these for that. Next up, I made the Sofia dungarees that I'm actually wearing today. You obviously can't see the full outfit on me, but I'll insert some clips. If you also follow me on Instagram, then you would likely have seen these because I did post them on there. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I'll put my details below. I'd appreciate a follow. Would love for you to join my page and yeah, have a natter really. So yeah, these dungarees were the second pair that I made. I also didn't finish the edges on these, but because they're a slight stretch fabric, they're a ribbed fabric too, but because they're this sort of stretch fabric, I don't know what type of fabric it is, but they don't fray, so I don't need to finish the edges on these, which is nice. They're a 3/4 length, they're super comfy. I've got a waist tie on these too, and yeah, I absolutely love these. These are my go-to dungarees that I wear because I can layer them up with a t-shirt like this. If it's a bit warmer, then I can wear them on their own, and yeah, I absolutely love these. Really great pair of dungarees. The fabric was from eBay, by the way. I will find it if I can. I think it was about £5 a metre, so it's super cheap. And I'll link it down below if I can find it. Next up is a third pair of Sofia dungarees, obviously. Now these are the double gauze fabric from the So Hayley Jane October box, so I've not long ago made these. I did actually overlock the edges because I've treated myself to an overlocker, which I'll discuss at a later point. So these are essentially exactly the same as the other two that I've made. I've stitched the waist tie onto these. They are a little bit longer than the other two pairs that I've made, and I think the legs have stretched out a little bit just being double gauze, but I don't actually mind that too much, and I can always go back and make them a bit smaller if need be. So I haven't added pockets to any of the dungarees that I've made. The reason for that is partly probably me not wanting to ruin them with pockets, because I've never done pockets, I don't think, so I'm a bit scared of it. And also the fabrics that I've used, I've been a little bit uncertain as to whether pockets would actually work using sort of double gauze and things, because it's such a like, not a fragile material, but it stretches out very easily, so I don't think I'd want to put anything in my pockets with these on. These ones the same, and certainly the first pair that I make, 'cause it's such a thin fabric you would have seen the pockets through anyway, so I didn't want that effect. I then made something that I'm trying to find in here, but Tilly does a pair of pajamas in here. They're called the Juno pajamas. These ones here. So I made these, I made the short sleeve version and the long legs. They did not look as good as this. I used a very cheap fabric. I can't remember where it was from. It might have been eBay again, but it was about £1 a metre for jersey fabric. And yeah, I learned how to sew the Juno pyjamas, but I didn't wear them very many times before. They just looked horrendous, and so I didn't feel very nice in them, and so I gave them up as a bad job, and they've gone into recycling. But yeah, nothing wrong with the pattern. It was purely my fabric choice, because I just chose cheap fabric, because yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing with fabric at that point. So that was it for my Tilly and the Buttons makes. The pyjamas, by the way, I made back last year just after I made the first Sofia dungarees. So I had sort of a year's worth of wear out of them, but certainly not as long as I would want out of a pair of pyjamas. I don't like being quite that throwaway. But moving on to back on to this year, obviously the butterfly Sofia dungarees that I made those a couple of weeks ago because they came in the So Hayley Jane October box. But next I made a pair of pyjamas again. Actually, these are they more successful? I don't know. I'll let you guys make your mind up for that. But I used the Butterick B6296 pattern. I made the short version just purely because I cut it wrong so many times that I only had enough fabric left for the short version, but I would have liked the longer version. I'll include a picture here of what they look like. So I made the shorts with an elasticated waistband here in this gorgeous, I think this might have been the August fabric that we had from So Hayley Jane. I love the piping detail. I think that's the thing that saved me on these pyjamas and made me continue making them, essentially. They're super comfy. They do have a yoke on the back, which completely threw me. I did faux pockets because I ran out of fabric to do real pockets. So that's a shame too, because I do like pockets in pyjamas. But they fit, that's the main part. Then I have the top that I made. So the sleeves were fairly successful. Again, I piped them. I've got some thread to trim there. The collar, it was the first time I've done a collar. Obviously jumping from a very simple, straightforward pattern from Tilly where she holds your hand through every process to a pattern that is from, I think, do they call it the top 4 or something like that, where the instructions are a little bit more towards a established sewer. I struggled a little bit with what some of the words meant. Some of the facing, I used the fat quarters from the So Hayley Jane box that came with this, again because I ran out of enough fabric. I've got piping detail down the front, and I have these anchor buttons on them, which I absolutely love. They're from a local shop by me, so I don't know if you'll find them online or not, but I was just finishing off these pyjamas when my overlocker arrived. Thankfully it arrived already threaded with some white thread, so I thought, you know what I'm going to do, these pyjamas have been quite the journey, but I would like to wear them, so I overlocked all of the edges of these pyjamas using my overlocker. So it was the first thing I ever did. I didn't even know how to finish off the sort of ends of the thread, so I just left them as they were for now. I have since figured that out, so I need to go back and tie them all off. I cut the fabric in a few places with the overlocker blade, so obviously need to bear that in mind for future. I learnt the hard way on that one. I did it in a couple of places, but I added the Little Rosy Cheeks label, and do you know what, they're wearable, they're pyjamas. I love them. It was just, yeah, quite difficult to make, but I definitely go back and make them again. Now that I've made them once, I think it'll definitely be easier. Once I've seen seen them come together, I know what's expected next, so I'll be able to run through the instructions a little bit easier. I'm actually considering doing a sew along with those, so it won't be a tutorial as such, because I'm not that good yet, but it will just be a bit of a chatty sew along, because I mean, I'm sure you can all tell by now that I can rabbit on for hours, and just to demystify the pyjama pattern if anybody is looking at doing it, for beginners really, because I know that there's some tutorials out there, and nothing against them, but they're set for people who have a pretty good knowledge of what they're doing, and I struggled a little bit with what they meant, so maybe I can put it into a bit more basic terms for beginners, and hopefully that'll be a bit more successful. So, discussing the overlocker, sorry, I covered my mouth then when I said that. I'm conscious to try not to do that. Speaking about the overlocker, I received my overlocker, I think it was about a week ago now. I absolutely love it. I'm very grateful to have it, particularly at this stage in my sewing journey, because I am, as I keep saying, still quite new. But I had a little bit of money that I wanted to invest in something special, particularly sewing related. So yeah, I decided to buy a machine with it, because I wanted something that would last. So I brought the Brother overlocker, and I can't remember for the life of me which model it is now, so I'll put the put it down in the description box. It was a little over £200, and yeah, I love it so far, apart from the fact that it cut through my pyjamas, but here we are, we live and learn, don't we? So with the overlocker, I also decided to buy the Tilly and the Buttons stretch book. Now, she does state lots of times that you don't need an overlocker in order to sew stretch, and to sew the patterns that are in this book. However, I wanted to buy an overlocker, so I brought the book to go alongside it, because Tilly goes through using an overlocker, threading an overlocker, and all of those good things in here. So as opposed to buying an overlocker to go with this book, because that isn't necessary, I brought this book to go with my overlocker. And I've got some really exciting projects that I'm looking to make with this book that I will run through when I do my fabric haul at the end of this video. However, for now, I wanted to tell you probably my next sewing project that I've got planned. And by the way, this is how I store all of my patterns, in these plastic folders. Not when they're like this and haven't been used, but this when I'm getting ready to use it. So once I've cut the pattern out, I store them in these A4 folders. So this is what I'm looking to make, this dress here. It is the Mccalls M8139. And it's hashtag Marcy Mccalls if you wanted to look at it as well. It's a, I think you could call it a shirt dress. I'm not entirely sure which of the 3 designs I'm going to make. So you have this gorgeous long dress here, which I do really like. I'm just not sure that I've got enough fabric for this one. You've got the long sleeve with the shorter skirt version, and then the short skirt and the short sleeves. I haven't decided which size I'm going to make out of this yet. I need to go through my measurements again, but I will update you all when I've made it with the sizes that I use and all of those bits and pieces. It does suggest that the fabrics that you use are faux leather, denim, baby cord or cotton blends. And you also need 10 1.5 centimetre buttons. So I haven't dug out any buttons yet, but I do have quite a stash of buttons, so I'll have a look through that and I'm sure I've got something. But I have this gorgeous gingham fabric, which again, this was a So Hayley Jane box. So that obviously says a lot about the So Hayley Jane fabric. I absolutely love it. I think this might have been the first one that I received. So I think this was July. The nautical one was August. I can't remember the name of the other one, but the black and orange one was September, and then the butterflies were October. So yeah, so it's this black gingham fabric. Again, I'm rubbish with the fabrics and I can never remember what they actually are, but it's a cotton blend. So I think that'll make a really gorgeous version of that dress, and I'm hoping to sew that up really soon. I was hoping to sew an outfit with the butterfly double gauze, and I was actually hoping to make that dress with it, but having given the double gauze a little feel and watching people's YouTube videos about sewing with double gauze, particularly, who was it? I think it was made by Cath. No, it wasn't. It was the baker that sews. She suggested to not make a fitted garment out of double gauze because of the way that it stretches. So I changed my mind and made the Sofia dungarees with the double gauze and thought I'll make the dress with a more stable fabric like this cotton. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Moving on to my fabric haul, I made a little purchase, should we say, from Pound Fabrics online. You may have seen I've brought from them before, and I do really like their fabrics. I think they're lovely and reasonably priced, particularly for a new sewer like me. I wouldn't want to invest at the moment in one of the maybe higher end fabrics just because I do make mistakes in my garments, and yeah, I don't want to spend a lot of money on something that isn't then wearable. However, I'm waffling today. The first fabric that I bought, apologies, I've got the shipping note down here, so I'm just referring to that, but it's pink, black and white leopard knit fabric, and I bought 2 meters, and it was £2.50 a metre. How ridiculous is that? So yeah, this is a bit out there for me, I think. It's not something, it's absolutely beautiful, but I don't think it's something that I'd see myself wearing. However, that's good because I didn't buy it for myself. I brought it for, what am I doing? I brought it for my sister. So it's her birthday at the end of next month, and I've asked for her measurements because I'm going to make her a garment out of this. Now, I don't know, it's right up her street. She loves neon, she loves leopard print. I do her nails often, and if we're not doing leopard print, we're doing neon and vice versa. So I don't know what to make out of this. I don't think she's going to want something particularly very, very close fitting. But I'm thinking either a jumper or a cardigan. She's not a dress kind of gal. She's got 2 kids. She does tops, jumpers, cardigans and jeans of a weekend. as a rule. And yeah, so I think probably something from the, well, it's likely going to be something from the Tilly and the Button stretch book, because that's why I brought jersey fabric. And there's the Freya sweater in here. And this one actually that's a gorgeous leopard print there. So I'm thinking the Freya sweater for her, that's kind of a her sweater that she would wear, particularly in this print. She'll love it. So yeah, that's the Sewing Freya. That's the hashtag anyway, if you wanted to have a look at it. Just going to have a quick flick through and see how much fabric do we need. So I brought 2 meters, and I would say that we perhaps need 1.4 meters for her. So if I can, I'm going to make, yeah, I think the Freya sweater, I think I've made up my mind on that now. So I need to grab her measurements. Hopefully we'll just use the 1.4 meters of fabric for her, and hopefully I can then squeeze something out of it for my niece, because my sister loves matching outfits with her kids. Yeah, it's very cute, it's adorable. But even if I only get a little slither of fabric left over and I can just make her a scrunchie or something, my niece, my sister will love matching with her. She loves twinning with her kids, it's adorable. So that's that one. Moving on to my next one, I bought a white checkered boucle fabric. Now it is a dark navy background, but I love this. This is up my street. So you can see we're very different. This would be my favourite pattern, and that one would be my sister's favourite pattern. So I love boucle. I think it's really classy. I think it's timeless. It lasts forever. Outfits that you saw in, I don't even know when it would have been, maybe the 60s, I want to say. In boucle, you could still wear that now. Obviously Chanel does a beautiful boucle fabric and outfit. So yeah, this is for me, and this will be, I brought 3 meters of this. I really spoilt myself. And it was £2 a metre, so it's not spoiling myself that much, is it? But I bought this with the intention to make the olive pinafore from Tilly and the Button, so I'll grab that one for you. So this is the olive pinafore, and that's what I want to make with that boucle fabric. I would layer it with white top underneath, black top underneath. To be fair, you could, or would I wear black because it's navy? Maybe a navy top underneath, but you could layer it with quite a few different things, and you could wear it with tights as well because I want it to be a winter piece. I'm really looking forward to making that olive pinafore. It's exactly the sort of thing I would wear. I love dungarees and I love pinafore dresses. They're just my style. I have quite a few. Should I show you a couple of my, I'll show you a couple of my favourite, what's it called, like already made, ready to wear garments. I'll show you a few of my favourites so that you can get a bit more of a feel of my style. But yeah, so that's that boucle one. That's going to be an olive pinafore. Next up, I brought a chambray fabric. It was thinner than I expected it to be, actually. But it's got this gorgeous texture to it, and it's got this little white or very, very light blue dot detail on it, which I think is lovely. Now, I was intending to make the olive pinafore with this as well. I brought 2 meters of this one. Would that make an olive pinafore? Would that be structured enough? Let me know what you think down below. Otherwise I could make one of those Marcy McCall dresses out of this, which I'm also going to make out of that black and white gingham. So let me know what you think, which would be a better one. I think I would wear the olive pinafore more, possibly, because I think you can dress it up and down. But yeah, let me know what you think. I don't mind either on that one. And then, saving my favourite until last, I live in joggers and hoodies when I'm at home usually. I work from home 3 days a week and I work from the office 1 day a week, and when I'm at home I live in joggers and a hoodie, but I'm fed up of wearing black oversized hoodie and joggers. I mean, I brought them, but I'm just fed up of them. I will still wear them, but on the occasion I would like a bit of a pop of colour and feel a bit fancy when I'm in a hoodie and joggers. So with that being said, I bought this fabric. Now it's French terry. It was £8.50 a metre, so a little bit more expensive than the others. I brought 3 metres of it, but tell me that that isn't absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited to wear it. They very kindly labelled it as 3 because it's 3 metres. So I'm going to make a hoodie and joggers out of this one. Let me grab the pattern for you. Oh, I've never done one of these videos where I have to move around and grab loads of it, so sorry. Hope it's been okay for you. So we are making from, obviously, Tilly and the Button Stretch again. I bought the book, decided on the patterns that I wanted to make, then I brought the fabric, which is probably a sensible way of doing it. But I'm going to make the Stella hoodie and joggers. I think they're absolutely adorable. So the floral fabric will be my main fabric for the hoodie and the joggers, and I think it's just going to be so cute. And I will be able to pair the hoodie with jeans. I think it will look really cute, and obviously I can pair the hoodie with other hoodies to match as well. But yeah, I would like it to be a little matching outfit. I then bought plain cotton jersey fabric in light blue, and I just got a metre of this. Primarily this is just going to line the hood and be a part of the pockets probably, I think, because you can put a kangaroo pocket on the front of the hoodie, which I think is what I want to do, and sort of pockets in the side of the joggers, which I'm going to do as well. So I think this will be the inside of the pockets for me. And then, now, I brought this, I think it's called cuffing, but essentially you make the cuffs with it. And I bought it in pink because I couldn't find a match in blue. But now that it's arrived, I'm really unsure of the pink, and I think I should just look for the blue. I like the pink, I just don't think I like it with this fabric, because I don't think, yeah, I think because the lining's going to be blue, I think the cuffs should be blue, and there's more blue on here than what there is pink. But let me know what you think. Will it look okay, or should I go and buy the blue? It was from Costume Cabin on eBay, and it was really affordable. And don't worry, if I don't use it on this outfit, I will use it on something else. So it won't go to waste, it'll just go into my stash for a little while. But yeah, so that's my make that I'm most looking forward to, but I need to get used to the overlocker before I start making it, because I can't afford to cut through this one with the overlocker, because I'll just cry, I think. It's, yeah, precious to me, it's beautiful. So, let me just pause you for a second, and I'm going to get some bits out that are from my ready-to-wear wardrobe, just so that you guys get a bit more of a feel of me, what I usually wear, and yeah, it'll help with suggestions for me for patterns and things to wear. So 2 seconds. Okay, so just quickly skipping through a couple of items in my wardrobe. These are sort of my favourite pieces that if I'm going out in winter, because I've switched out my summer-winter wardrobe now primarily, I would reach for these. So this is a shift dress, I think it is. It was from Dorothy Perkins. The check fabric I really like. It has this detail around the pockets, which is like a bit of a frill trim, which I really like as well. I like the fit, I like the style, I like the fact that I can wear tights with it in the winter, and yeah, that's one of my favourites really. Bit of a keyhole design in the back. That's a bit more if I was going out for Sunday lunch with the family. Ooh, I'm having a fight with this one. If I was going out for Sunday lunch with the family, then that's probably what I'd grab. Or if perhaps I had a meeting at work with a client, I'd grab that one as well. This is the next one. It was actually from Primark. I love the colours in this one. I think it's adorable. Again, it has these pockets, so maybe it's the patch pockets I like too. But yeah, this one, I like the fact that I can dress it up or down. It's the sort of brownie colours that I like, means I can wear tights with it. Obviously, being a pinafore dress, I wear a t-shirt underneath it, so I might wear a pink strappy t-shirt in the summer, and I'll wear a brown or even pink long sleeve t-shirt, which I don't actually have at the moment, in the winter, with some tights and boots again. Love that one. This next one embarrassingly needs an iron, but you guys are balancing on my ironing board at the moment, so it couldn't be done. But this one is a brand called Rebellion. I actually bought this off of somebody secondhand, so I'm not sure exactly where it was purchased from, but this one reminds me a little bit of the Marcy Mccalls outfit that I have to make out of the black and white gingham. But it's this fairly long, it goes to sort of knee length on me, military style dress, shirt dress sort of thing. I think I want to say military style because it's the khaki green. But it has a waist tie, has little fold ups on the side. I absolutely love this dress. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, I need to have that, I'll buy that from you. It was from somebody I knew. But yeah, I love that. So if anyone has an exact pattern for that one, I'd happily make it again. I don't actually know what the fabric is that this is made out of. It's not, I don't think it's a denim. Let's see. Oh, 100% cotton actually, so there you go. It's just quite a thick cotton. Does anyone know what sort of cotton that would be? I don't know. Let me see if you can see it. There you go. Yeah, but I love that one. That's really fun. Again, I can wear it in the summer. I can wear it as sort of like an open jacket, so sometimes I can just wear it open with like a t-shirt underneath and leggings, or t-shirt and tights that keeps coming up, tights, and boots. That's my sort of favourite outfit in the winter, is a dress or a long jacket, leggings, tights, boots, that sort of thing. Love that one. And then this one isn't necessarily winter, but I have worn it with a white t-shirt underneath when it's been a little bit chilly, and sort of an evening when you can get away with having your legs out sort of thing, do you know what I mean? But I love this. Again, this is Boucle fabric. This one is actually from I Saw It First. But it's this Boucle, is it tweed? I'm not sure, but Boucle fabric. I love the trim on the edges, which I think is just when it's sewn and then left raw and it's sort of phrased like this. Quite like this Chanel outfit. If you know it, you'll know what I'm on about. And yeah, I love the fact that I can just wear this one as a dress in summer, and then I can layer it up, usually just with a t-shirt and like quite a thick t-shirt, and go out in it as well when it's a little bit chilly. I wouldn't go out in the middle of winter, but you know, there's sort of autumnal evenings where it's a little bit chilly. I go out in that for dinner. There you go, I said it. I complain that I'm cold the whole time, but I wear it. So that brings me to the end of today's video. You may all be pleased to know I am going to go and sort my hair out because it is driving me absolutely bonkers just looking at myself in this camera. I am going to edit this video and try and get it up today for you. I'm nipping out later with my sister, who I think has been the main topic of conversation in this video. We are going to a Christmas gift and fashion fair just local to us, and then I'm going for a run later on. I do Canicross. If you guys do Canicross, let me know. Everybody that I've mentioned Canicross to so far that I've met, other than the people that I do Canicross with, are like, what is that? But it's basically, you've got to be a little bit brave to do it, it's got to be said, and I don't know that I am. But you basically put a waist belt on, a bit like a harness, like what you wear if you were going rock climbing, so your straps go underneath your legs and come back round again. You then attach your dog to a bungee cord off of that waist belt, and they wear a specific pulling harness, and you run and they run and they pull you as you run. So yeah, it's great fun. We do it in trails. Locally I've got some gorgeous countryside near me. So yeah, we're all over the place usually, but we're going for a run later on this evening. It will be dark at the time. So yeah, it makes me run faster because I'm a bit of a scaredy cat in the dark. But yeah, so I'm doing that this evening, and then we're doing another one tomorrow because tomorrow is Halloween. But we're doing what we call a canny trek instead of a Canicross run, because we walk, basically. We take the dogs for a walk. And I've got one big dog that I do Canicross with now that he's 1 year old. He is a Romanian rescue. Again, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram and look through my pictures because they are in my pictures. You just have to find them. But yeah, so he's a big Romanian rescue. He is 1 year old now. We've had him since February, and he is a fantastic Canicross dog. He's a mix of Lurcher, Atlas Mountain Dog, Retriever. I can't remember all of the things that he comes with because he's a Heinz 57, but he's a fantastic Canicross dog. And then I have a little dog as well who stays at home with her daddy when I go to Canicross because she's daddy's girl. But yeah, it's great fun. So I might take her on the walk with us tomorrow. Because I can put her in a sling when she's a little madam and she won't walk. I can put her in a little canny sling, not a canny sling, just a dog sling, nothing to do with Canicross, because we're walking, so she can go in there and be miserable in her little sling, and not refuse to walk like she usually does with me. So yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. Don't get me started on my dogs because I don't stop talking. But that's that for today's video. I hope you all have a lovely weekend, or whenever it is that you're watching this. Hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you guys very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I appreciate every subscription that I get, every like, every comment. So yeah, I'm going to sort my hair, sort my face, sort my tan, and get myself ready for later. So I'll see you very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.